I was about 18, still silent, and a small woman came to my campus, the Lewis and Clark College up in Portland, Oregon, right? And we were in the auditorium, and a small woman with a short hair rolled up in there. It was a bright night, a cold night, probably in the winter time. And I sat there silent, not knowing what was about to happen. And this woman who goes by the name of Nikki Giovanni opened her mouth, went north and south, east and west. She pierced space and time continuum with her poetry. She said, I am a woman and you can't touch that. I am a black woman and you can't divide that. I am a black woman and I'm a human being and you can do nothing about that. And she incanted, is that even a word? It is now. She incanted through poetry the end of me, meaning that what I had been needed to die. And it died that night. The dam broke open, the torrent came through. I was torrential, flooding. I walked back to my dorm room, a river. I was no longer a physical body. I wasn't that 18-year-old basketball player on campus. I was whoosh, I was water. Because I had never really seen someone love herself in that way before. So bold, so audacious, so absolutely sure about her beauty, about her worth, about her value, about her time on earth. And Nikki Giovanni that night, under a full moon, gave birth to the poet that I am. So we send love out to Nikki Giovanni. And so let's begin with freedom. Medicine words from the great revolution. Because we're gathered here tonight, dearly beloved. Shout out to Prince. I can't speak at his pitch, but dearly beloved. We are gathered here tonight to get through this thing called life. Okay, I need to recover. We need to consider in this time on earth that one, we have been encouraged to not gather in the way we used to indigenously, ancestrally, right? Are we not more isolated from one another, even from our own families, kin, friendship? This is purposeful, intentional. And so as part of our healing journey, we must remember how to gather. So this is a passage from Freedom titled, Gather Your People. And it starts off with just this word. You aren't just a person, you are a people. Gather your nation and gather your power. Now, gathering is how you create safe spaces for your people. Gather in the spaces and the moments conventional, oppressive life offers, yes, but make sure to gather in all the ways wild things do. Do that too. Gather at midnight by singing brooks casting moonlight. Gather in the territory of wolves. Gather for long hours, eating slowly, talking story to candlelight or to fire. Gather in repose to tragedy as an offering to grief. Gather in person or in spirit at a distance. Reject authoritative, soulless, task-obsessed gathering. Feel me? ¿Me entiendes? Okay. Reject that. This is not gathering. It is mass dying. Our children go to school, preschool through 12, and participate in mass dying. Our adults go off into the working world. They get themselves a job after they got education. And they think they got it made, except that they don't understand they're being swallowed into a mass dying in the workplace. So what we are saying, family, is to reject that. gather as lovers instead. Bring all your tears. Bring your grass baskets filled with ancestral seeds of testimony. We need new gardens. Bring the sacred smoke of your hope and prayers. Bring your entire harvest of wisdom and pain. Bring the fruit of your true soul labor. Invite the midwives, the birthers of life and vitality. Bring the elders. Bring them to the center of the circle. Arrange for the children to sit near their grandparents. We are gathering for our generations to touch each other. They need the scent of seasons. Gather in trees, on mountains, deep in the heart of valleys. Gather in twos, dozens, hundreds, thousands, millions. Gather in silence and in song. Gather like lightning bugs. Blister night sky and brilliance. Gather like water after rain, drop by drop. Move over earth and barrier until you find each other. And you become puddle, pond, lake, river, ocean. Gather the way you gathered as children in summer. So alive with the moment and swept together by love and adventure that all you want to do is gather. They will scheme and plot for ways to prevent or end your gathering. They will send spies and scouts and scour the perimeter, squinting into your gathering, looking. Glasses is what they will use. Cataract-hazed lenses with the film of supremacy, sickness, the hungry ghosts that are never satiated, never filled. They will peer through their clouded lenses to see your gatherings, but they will not see you. See, for you have transformed together into pure soul. Alma pura. And you will be sacred song, untouchable and on fire with diaphanous flames. Okay, we need to consider the nature of freedom. Freedom is used a lot these days. And we seem to have, as we often do as humans, a lot of confusion. Some of us conditioned by an individualistic culture in this country or others, we believe freedom means the right to do anything you want. Others of us still in touch with our ancestral indigeneity understand that freedom is always a collective weaving. Essentially, it is the right of a people to exist fully in their nature, without impediment. And so here's the journey that you go on. This is your story. A naked, diaphanous figure is dancing everywhere you look. Look, you can barely bear its beauty. A radiance so impossible that tears spring from your soul spring when you glance at its aura, like looking into the sun or the pregnant moon. You fall so in love, you spend your whole life trying to possess this miracle, this nascent light in every corner. You adhere to all the rules passed down to you. You follow all the approved paths, even when it breaks your heart. You achieve all the expected achievements. You acquire all the titles, relationships, and status, yet the divine candlelight keeps taunting you. Dancing closer than further away. You feel its warmth against your pleading skin, but it draws back and leaves you cold. You spend your life pleasing what humans want from you, losing touch with your true pleasure, assigned to you by glory. You become a searcher, a wanderer, a traveling ache. You renounce pleasure and romance, start digging in the hard desert earth for the nakedness of your obsession. Years go by, decades. You feel you have been cheated. You rebel against all rules. You rebel against your own soul. You gamble, and your gamble is that if you perform anarchy against life, you will finally possess this effervescent creature for yourself. Nothing works, though. Nothing works. The dancing ecstasy comes into you. And out of you, in flashes of euphoria and torture, at last, one day, when your yearning has grown exhausted, you collapse into a kind of wonder, a kind of surrender. You fall into the boiling vat of your own soul water, which has been with you all along. Now feel this. The you of you gets cooked. Old bindings come undone. You are rearranged into particles of light. Your seven senses die into a new sense that makes no sense. You are born into the same body, the same world, but everything now is breeze and movement. The dancing form you always sought is nowhere to be found, but you are dancing. You no longer care about the music or the beat. Your dance is bliss without boundary. Pains come and go, you stay dancing. Your ideas die as soon as they form in you. Great sky above calls you friend and joins you dancing. This, dear soul, is freedom. Thank you. Fragrance after rain. Mystic whispers for your tender heart. Fragrance after rain. This is you again. One moment you're laughing, the next you cry. They say you are emotional. I say you are all the way alive. You are all the way alive and bathing in life's sensitive river, which is a water made of emotion. Life is an emotion. Feel it. I see you in the lagoon, early sun watching you, smiling. You are dressed only in a gown of water, water at your waist, glistening on your skin, adorning your eyelashes, beaded and dripping from your hair. Now you are in the waterfall, feeling everything you have ever felt at once, baptized in the truth of it. The gushing shower over you is receiving your most naked confession, all the feelings you never admitted, not to you or anyone. All the feelings you never admitted are pouring out of your heart. You are in shock that your heart could have held so much. It did not. All those feelings were stored in your bones, querida. Stored in your marrow and corpuscle, held captive in your cells and neurons, sheaths of emotion clenched your organs like fatigued fascia that wanted only to be released. This soul water rushing over and through you now is your perfect masseuse. It touches your every plot of pain and bruise of memory. It hurts, but it hurts so good. One moment you are laughing, the next you are the waterfall, releasing its entire volume of sacred music in tears. Your saltwater ocean spills into the freshwater lagoon, which rises and swallows your breasts in its purity. Birds in the canopy have arrived and are in awe. Squirrels are bowing on the bark, bowing at the sacredness of your nakedness, of your release. Willowy white clouds above have paused their drift watching soil and stone, or watching everything stares at you in wonder. One moment you are a nearly bursting gourd, holding all the feeling of your lifetime. Now you are a beautiful gushing that cannot stop crying. Glory, glory at every fertile grain of moment and meaning. You are grace to live. Glory, 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 glory. If you dare to walk the dark alley of your despair, if you dare to walk the dark alley of your despair with a persistence until dawn, you will meet a stranger. This stranger will pour you cups of tea and offer you a warm blanket by a friendly fire. This stranger will sit with you and tell stories and laugh heartily at your own. Your tears will gather themselves in heaps and billows and pour from you with a power that you cannot contain. The spilling will not be polite or pretty. No room for performance lives here in this moment of reckoning. No, your pain will rampage forth from you like a desert flash flood in a summer monsoon. Your tears will be an absolute ocean of eruption. Your crying will be heard in the stars. Your body will collapse finally. Your theater of composure will dissolve like molecules in the wind. You may think of being embarrassed or humiliated at this point, but at this point, you will not care. For the stranger will be holding you, rubbing your back, supporting you in reassuring tones. Now you will feel something wet and cleansing birth and grow and become you from the inside out. You will feel as though you have become a blissful lake. Later, you will call this lake triumphant peace. Then, as dawn's candlelight first touches the sky above the alley and begins to spread down into your ink of fear, the stranger who has comforted you through this terrifying communion will begin to fade from your view, and you will search the alley, now brighter by the moment from the rising sun, looking for the one who sat with you, who sewed up your serrations with kindness, the one who whispered to you hope in a language you had not known. Esperanza. You will search, and you will search, until the epiphany blooms in you bold and rich with color. The stranger was your true soul. The stranger has not disappeared, but has reanimated in your being that has always been its home. Your soul and you will sit for a while and cry together sweetly, as doves applaud from rooftops. And then the two of you now manifest as your divine and inseparable oneness will walk out from the valley, that is now sun-splashed and new, and new, and new will be you. Thank you. You know, all my life living in the palace of my body, thinking it to be the palace of my soul. A new sun gleams the horizon today. I see now what all along creation has been whispering to me in love notes of breeze and sky. I am a soul, which is my palace. And grace the keeper of all that lives there, including my body. And when fear and pain visit my window, and I strain to hear hope's music in the trees, I sing a supple song to myself that stirs peace inside my sanctuary. I am ordained in this season of my life, ordained in robes of change. Goodness has bestowed upon me a single blossom in the meadow of my wellness, a tender flower that needs to be touched and healed. The rosary of my life moments comforts me on my chest, and in my hands I polish its brilliant beads by remembering that I am loved. You see, my whole life I have been feasting in the orchard of holy fortune. I am made into the river that knows me so well. Along those warm banks my loved ones remain gathered, singing and crying and laughing with me. These are the days I tend to blossom in the meadow that needs my touch. I am not hostage within a long shade of misfortune. I am free and frolicking in the bright sun of circumstance. Even my tenderness is a celebration. My weariness rests itself into a resurrection of my life's vitality. Where I am uncertain in my being, Spirit shines the way. Oh, how I am remained and remade in the womb of providence. My soul is my palace, eternity the countryside where my palace stands free. I breakfast on fresh peace in the morning, take my midday cups of serenity. I am loved, I am loved. I am in the meadow, nurturing the needful blossom inside of me. All that I feel is a string of notes in the music of sacredness. Beauty has come to talk with me. I am in this moment. I have been given to bathe my soul in uncertainty. Now fate brings me close to the tall, wide window so I can breathe a blessed air and sunlight can touch me with its affection. I am new in this journey. I am new in this amber meadow. I am new with each pulse of change, with every ache adorning my existence. Love is not my distant observer. Love is with me in the spirit of all that I love and who love me. And who love me. Love is my sermon, my medicine, my giving rain. You feel me? I am floating on an impossible sea of holiness in waters that bear my weight. I am weightless. I am in this moment, already giving itself to the next moment, whose water has broken, whose life is being born. My seasons have a sacred strategy. Soon I will have this moment as memory, and I will be new and singing all the true notes of this life, my palatial life, rich in unforeseeable charity and fertile with fervent fields of grace. To tenderness, you giant wave of feeling, you, always in need of a soul caress. Your heart is like April beauty blooming everywhere, pollen of pain and pleasure coming and going, lifting and dropping. Sometimes you need the solace of a sip of rain, a soft button of water on a small leaf. So much grief, waves and waves, what washes through this world, pouring through you, soaking your bones, staining your blood in turquoise melancholy. You are puddle after puddle of love. Mud puddles, clear puddles, paradises of pool emotion. You felt that cloud in the sky. Last year, you felt it 1,000 miles from you, but you felt it. You reigned inside. You comforted that cloud. It smiled as it drifted away from you, grateful. Forests on the other side of earth are a braille of feeling that you read in your chest as prophecy and praise. Sometimes your pillow is your pastor. It catches your confessions and tears. becomes a warm lake in which you bathe your sonnet face. Your grace, your grace, your grace keeps you feeling all these souls, all these living things, and your heart is a sand at the mercy of these giant waves of feeling. Your heart is a mountain towering over those who do not feel. Choose not to feel. Run from their feelings. Tame their feelings. Dilute their feelings. Your heart, we say, is a mountain, a sky, a universal womb. You gestate our collective feelings. Inner peace is a butterfly that you chase, though it is in truth a butterfly already inside you, dancing lightly on the flowers of your spirit meadow. You are on your back, gazing a blue sky of feeling. Meadow hums with industry of little living things, lit with the emotions of being alive. You translate their chorus. Your heart is a ministry, a scripture of sensitivity, a kind conversation in the sanctuary of feeling. And you want to be touched. Everywhere in you aches. You want your own touch. If only you can find the right touch. You want the touch of others. If only they can find the right touch. You want your hurt to be untouched, but touched. You tell yourself, you have been touched too much. And yet you pray for a touch of peace. You have moments when you curse your tenderness. Moments when you want these waves of worldly feeling to pause, to evaporate. Yet you know your tenderness is keeping you alive. If you closed its door, you would have no more passage to your days of meaning. No more communion with glory. So you leave open wide the door and sun showers come through. And breeze parades into your heart with a message. This life will always touch your tenderness. And your tenderness will always touch this life. Your tenderness is the divine artist. You see? It is creating things. And this world is its miraculous art. And you in your throbbing, pulsing, aching, laughing, crying, dancing ceremony of tenderness are the open prairie, the wide wilderness through which this song of life finds its notes and vessel. You giant wave of feeling, you are here to give us a soul like April, beauty blooming everywhere. Thank you. You're amazing. I am drawing from the well of your waters. Thank you. Maybe we need to love like love loves. And how does love love? Well, first of all, without condition. Now, for humans, this is the most difficult way of love to follow. But see here, love does not like, enable, or forget. Love loves. Love loves boundlessly, brilliantly, boldly, subtly, and seeping, sublime, and soundless. Love loves enduringly, hopefully, faithfully, fearlessly, privately, publicly, with grace. Not seeking glory, love weaves blankets and baskets of the past, present, and future. Blankets that hold and do not fray. You see, love appraises you and finds you worthy. Okay. Love appraises you and finds you worthy. You feel with me tonight. You have already been found worthy. Love speaks the truth is not always polite, does not consider comfort. Love obliterates ego and myth.
Yeah.
What love touches, heals. What love reaches, feels. What love bows to, kneels. What love glances at sewage and turns it sacred. Love changes slander to praise. Love is a sacred storyteller. Love destroys all castles, drains all moats, rubbles royalty and thrones. Love answers prayers, poetry, passion fires. Love revolts. Love constantly gives birth. Love lets go, remembers, wakes your embers. Love is not romantic blindness, it is searing vision. Love sees. Love kills what is already dying, diseased, polluted, corrupted. Love ends empires. Love makes all things new. Love is not in you, you are in love, and all of this is love. Gentle. The way subtle forest spring moves up through earth, blooms out through the soil surface, and pours its heaven over ground in glory. Gentle. In the way you shed your many skins of seasons, releasing what no longer serves you, releasing what you see is not your essence. Gentle. The way you hold ceremony and let those artifacts of your pain and past retire to the spirit pasture of other worlds. Gentle. The way you breathe this day, forgiving yourself as you inhale the offerings of sky, releasing your bondage of tension and trouble in the ritual of your exhale. Gentle. The way you touch yourself, caressing and loving your tender lands and breezes. Gentle. The song you sing, a native flute-like sparrow, soft quilted arrow of praise and worship. Gentle. How you drop your tears like turquoise seeds to bless and birth jungles of life and plains of desolation. Gentle. The way you remember everything, todas las cosas, todo. Your memory not constructing jagged edges for the ideas of what has been and what has been done to you, but shaping softness as you curate your collection of the shapeable past. Gentle. The way you offer your love in all its forms. Gentle. The way you gather grace for all that every soul is and does and mistakes. How you imagine your moments to come, be they daunting or delightful. The way you cradle and hush your fears. Gentle. Your notions of the oceans of your love and what those great waters are truly for. Gentle. The way you softly encounter living things, touching a world of tenderness with the medicine of your tenderness. Gentle. The silence you afford yourself, the bed of solitude in which you slumber for your repair. Gentle. The tides of your emotional arc, the way you move your rivers through and set them free. Gentle. Your language like the music of mystic meadows and dragonflies dancing, sunlight glistening through their wings. The kind love letters you leave like endless leaves on countless trees, prayers of peace sown with the moan of the love you make as you let your precious heart feel and break. Gentle. The way you gather yourself from the waving grass and sit on stones beneath shading trees and drink the soul of your life into the sanctuary of your gentle. Thank you. Gentle, gentle, gentle.
Yes.
No. Dear artists, okay, let's close this circle. do so much more of this, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Luna, yeah. This is just the beginning. Just the beginning. When the earth shakes and the homes come. You know, let's go back to the first time. The first time someone touched your insecurity with a harsh word. How young were you? How close to the earth were you? Can you go back to the first time? Because there was the seed planted. There was the beginning of the crop and harvest and the foul feast. And maybe you spend your lifetime regurgitating. So let's remember together the first time someone touched your insecurity with a harsh word. Doubt began to sprout in you like a forest of fungus stealing your belief. You have been overcoming that first touch all your life, beloved. Your art is an untouching. Are you with me? Every time you create, you lift that initial touch from you. You reverse the curse. Your art is an untouching, a practice in belief, a form of prayer, a faith act. What you create is sacred because you are sacred. Your journey is to believe this. Your creative life reveals how you have gardened your worthiness. Spirituality is not a system of ideas. It is your soul condition. Your flow opens and deepens, activating your union with all things. In this condition, your every moment is art. Do you believe? Garden your belief and your art will bloom. And when what you pray for arrives, how you respond is also your art. Hey? Material motives may cause you to produce. Spiritual vitality will cause you to fruit. Huh? Productivity is how machines behave. Fruitfulness is how living things behave. Let's go. Let's go. Fruitfulness is how living things behave. Do you want to be a factory or do you want to be all the way alive? Do you want to fill your life with forced fabrication like a junkyard? Or do you want to host an enduring harvest like an orchard? A sick culture has taught you that you do not exist if you do not produce, family. Your soul teaches you that because you exist, you